Hello, 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 and welcome to Sharing Your Story. My name is Deborah J, and I have the amazing, wonderful author here, Miss Rachel Branch. Welcome her to the show, everyone. As you all come in, I know they might be a little slower coming in today, so we'll give them a few minutes to come on in. But while we're waiting for them to come on in, Miss Rachel, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself?
Yes.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you, Miss Deborah. Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here. My name is Rachel Branch, and I am in the wonderful city of Memphis in the state of Tennessee.
Oh,
And
wow.
I am, yes, it's hot here too. It's hot here too. I am, what am I? I am first of all, a woman of God.
Amen.
I love me
Amen.
some Jesus. Okay.
Amen.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Lord is my Savior. I have been walking with Him for a very long time at a young age. And
Hmm.
I am a wonderful mother of a beautiful daughter. Excuse me, beautiful daughter. She's 31, Miss Ebony. I love her too. I
Okay.
am an author, a newly found author
Yes.
of two books this
Yes.
year. Two
Yes.
co-author of two anthology books. I'm so excited about that. I've
Mhm.
also launched my business this year too. So
Oh,
I
welcome.
retired. Thank you so much. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
I retired in November of last year, 2023, and
Okay.
Holy Spirit said, I got some things for you to do, Rachel." So I
Hmm.
launched my business, Budget Breakers, and also wrote two anthology books. So I've been busy, little girl.
Yes, I see. I see. All in 1 year. So you've written both of your books in the this past year as well?
Yeah, so it's two anthology books. So
Right.
and now I'm going to be working. Now I'm working on my own book. So
Your
it's
solo
a
project.
continuation of what I've written in the first one. So
Okay.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
That
So
is wonderful. That is wonderful.
exciting.
Yes, ma'am. So tell us a
Mhm.
little bit about the first anthology that you participated in. What's that book called and your chapter, things like that.
Okay. Yes, and I have it right here. My book. Look. My book is
Right.
called. It's called A Queen's
Yay.
Story. You see the crown there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's
A Queen Story
beautiful.
of Grace and Surrender. And it's an
Okay.
anthology book. It's a collaboration of 10 women we all have different stories about our
Mm-hmm.
lives. So obviously it's our true life stories in book form.
Okay.
But and we are just sharing the things that we have gone through, some of the traumas that we've experienced, some of the abuse that we have experienced,
Mm-hmm.
sicknesses. It's some amazing stories in this book from these
Right.
incredible women of God,
Okay.
and it's the ending of each and every one of those stories is but God. I always
Okay.
say but God.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
God is a restorer. He's a healer. He's a
Mm-hmm.
deliverer. He's faithful. He
Yes,
is.
he is.
Yes, he
Yes, he
is.
is. He is.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So tell us, well, not telling us the whole story because I know being that you wrote an anthology, I guess
Mhm.
you wrote like your chapter of the book, so it's like maybe several pages.
Oh, yeah. So
Hmm.
the title of my chapter is called Trauma. Trauma
Okay.
tried to kill me, but the
Okay.
grace of God delivered me.
Ooh,
And that
that
truly
title.
is. Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
Holy Spirit gave me
Mm.
that title, and I was like, yes, this is it.
Right.
It is the story of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote my particular chapter. It started the beginning of my life as a child and as a
Mm-hmm.
teenager. So the
Okay.
voice of it is from a child's perspective.
Okay.
So it really, really would be a good book for a teenager to write because to read
Mm-hmm.
because they are it's all things that happened as a child, and and it's from a
Right.
child's point of view and how I thought when I
Mm-hmm.
was that young back then. So
Right. Okay.
but yeah, but it is I talked about the abuse that was in my home growing up with my
Mm-hmm.
stepfather and my
Okay.
mother,
Mm-hmm.
and the effects of that as a young child. You just don't realize, how much that affects children.
Right.
The
And
focus is always on the adult and making sure that the mother or someone gets away, but the children are affected too,
right. And
very
it
much so.
stays
And
with
that's
them.
hmm
Mm-hmm. Right. It stays with you. So yes, I know that was difficult. Go ahead.
Yeah, but so it stays, it definitely stays, it stays with you. And
Mm-hmm.
just like the adults, children need counseling too, because if they don't
Right.
receive it, then it, like you just said, it follows them into the
Mm-hmm.
teenage years and even into their adult years.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, yes, yes. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I talk from a child standpoint, and then some of the things that occurred in my teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just share one in
Sure.
particular, and
Mm-hmm.
it's several that occurred,
Right.
but one was the actual rape that took place
Oh.
at the hand of another teenage boy at my school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. So,
Mm-hmm.
very I made sure that I was very descriptive, meaning I wanted them to understand the voice. And all
Right.
that I heard, all while the Holy Spirit was giving me what to write, is my voice. I remember I was
Mm-hmm.
a shy child and I was withdrawn and I didn't really
Right.
talk or anything. And I
Mm-hmm.
realized as I was writing this that the enemy was trying to steal my voice. He
Right.
was trying to
Exactly.
keep me from um, literally talking, from sharing,
Mhm.
from um, I was literally being beaten down from the inside out. So
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So
Yes. Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Yes.
Right. So let me ask you. So because I know that you said that happened, when you were you said a teenager, right? I know you said he was a teenager boy, but you were a teenager or you were younger.
Yes, that I was
Okay.
a teenager as well. That was
Okay.
actually
He was,
10th grade. It happened
okay.
in
Right.
10th
You
grade.
were still a child. So
Mm-hmm.
so going back to when you were writing your book and going back to that, how did that feel, like going back to their having their, because writing it is almost like reliving it in a sense,
It is. It
Right.
really is. And
Right.
that's it was I would write and then I would have to stop
Right.
and I would
Mhm.
continue on pray. I thank God that I really believe that He wanted me to do this so that I could um, get it out, get it on paper,
Right.
and to heal from that. Because
Oh,
you think that you've dealt with some of the things, and how Bible says forgive, and I thought I
right.
forgave, and all of this, but when you actually have to sit down in detail and write
It's a different
everything that is
story.
going on, what happened,
Hmm.
subconsciously, you really are reliving it.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, so I cried, I
I'm sure.
prayed, and ooh,
Right.
it was therapeutic though. I'm grateful
Mhm.
that I was obedient because I was supposed to do this many, many years ago, and I was just,
Okay.
you know, I didn't want to do it.
Right.
I didn't want to.
You
I didn't want to.
like,
I didn't
Lord, I
want to
ain't
go through
doing
that.
this. I'm not writing this book. I'm pretty sure there was
Yeah,
a lot of backbiting. Like, I don't know, Lord, no God, no sir, no daddy. I'm not doing this right now.
yeah.
And I
Because
can
when you
imagine, I can understand that.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So, when you're dealing with trauma,
Hmm.
the last thing you want to do is relive it or think about
Right,
it. You want to
exactly.
suppress it. You want
Tuck
to,
it back there somewhere, way back in the back of your
yeah,
brain somewhere.
way deep
Right,
down in there.
right. So that you can. Some
You
people
don't
you
want
can
to,
tuck it down, so you can tuck it down so far to where you literally forget about it.
yes,
There are some
yes,
instances where you really can, really get until, but it's gonna come. It's gonna resurface one day.
it is.
It
It
will. It will. It will.
Yes, yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes. And so I'm grateful that, I was finally obedient in doing so
Hmm.
and writing it down. And it was a blessing for me. And
Hmm.
my hope and my prayer is it's a blessing to others too.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the whole purpose of it, is what to help somebody. I know that's what I always say with mine. I wrote my story in hopes that it'll help someone else on their journey, either prevent them from going through something or at least help them get through what they're going through. And it sounds like the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I realize that the enemy, he has us going through all kinds of things because
Yes.
he's trying to derail us from the purpose that
Hmm.
God has for us, right? He
Right.
wants to keep us from fulfilling whatever that is, that good thing,
Right.
Jeremiah 29:11, that God has a
Exactly.
reward.
Yes, exactly. He knows the plans
Yeah.
he has for us. Right.
Yes,
Exactly.
but he can't do it. He can try, and I'll be honest, for a while it seemed like it was working. I never gave up on God. I always believed in God. I
Right.
always um prayed, all of that, but I just felt like I was living a defeated life, because
Hmm.
I didn't deal with all of the trauma, that took
Right.
place at such a young age. Yeah,
Right.
so I'm grateful that I was able to get that out, and that's the purpose of this, is
Hmm.
to help someone else that may be going through something similar. Um,
Right.
yeah, that's the purpose. That's it. That's
Right, exactly. Sole purpose to help for either prevent them from going through it or help them get through it. So they can say,
yeah,
okay, well, she got through it, she went through it. I can get through it too, and the tools, I'm sure you share the tools, that they do, how you got through it and everything, and that'll help them. So I
yeah,
think if I,
and it's a
hmm
wonderful witness too, Deborah.
hmm
It's a wonderful witnessing tool because when people are
right,
going through, I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was
hmm
going through it, I thought it was just me. It was
right.
just me all by myself. And Lord,
I
I
ain't
got
gonna tell nobody nothing what was going on. My mama them like, why you didn't tell us what my mama ain't gonna tell y'all, and the stuff I was going through, my last book I was an adult, but still
yeah,
I had moved away from my mama like, why you didn't call us to tell us this and this. Mama, I wasn't gonna tell
yeah.
y'all all that stuff. I didn't wanna, I was gonna fix it myself. I prayed about it, but I was gonna fix it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Don't we
yeah.
think? Don't we think we could fix it? We think
Exactly.
we could handle it.
Right. We
And it
can
was
handle
funny
it, we can
because when
fix
I
it.
when this book was about to be released, it was released in April of this year. I had to
Okay.
go to my dad and said, "Okay, Dad, I
Right.
I wrote some stuff in this book that you don't know about." And
Girl.
we just had to
Yes.
have a conversation and just let him know and
Mhm.
let him ask the questions and you
Right.
know
Mhm.
because again, especially as women,
Right.
we are really good at putting on some
That
makeup
mask.
and
That mask.
hair and nails. Oh, we gonna
Mhm.
look good, but you're not
Exactly.
gonna know what's going on the inside of us because we don't want to
Right.
share because we gotta have it all
That
together.
image. No, you
Yes.
can't. There nobody.
Oh.
No, you
Oh.
can't. No, I've been through nothing. But that's not healing. That's why so many of us are broken still, because they're
Exactly.
hiding and not wanting to share what they went through. Like I said with mine, I put it all out there. This last book, I got some
Hmm.
more in there. I got to get out there too. But this
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
last one, I
Okay.
got it out there. And it's like, some people are like, okay, well, some people I've gotten good reviews and bad, by reading it. But it's like, okay, I had to put my good, bad, and ugly in there.
Oh yeah.
So I said so. He told me to write it how it was.
Hmm.
And that's what I did. And I was like, I wasn't perfect either. I went through some stuff and he brought me through. He brought me out of it. And that's
Yeah.
the whole point. He said, share your story. So,
Yes.
right. So those, like you said, your family, your dad, and everything, they have to understand that you're an adult. You grew up but either regardless, you're gonna go through things. Parents, you can't prevent everything.
Right.
As you're a parent, we can't prevent everything that's gonna happen to our children. Our parents couldn't prevent everything that happened to us. That's just life in general. We can pray about it. God, of course, is there with us,
Yes.
but
Yes.
life happens.
Life happens,
Right.
and I'll share the importance. We talked about it already of healing, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I'll say this. I noticed also that there was a generational thing,
Right.
some
Right.
abuse, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say it started with my mom because she was abused. She
Right.
was abused. Again, stepfather, like I told you, that house was it
Right.
was it was something. It was tumultuous, but
Right.
and because she didn't heal from that, you
Right.
know, she was the victim, and then she became the abuser. When he left, she
Right.
tried to cope with it by drinking, you
You
know.
see. Right.
So again,
That does.
medication instead of
Mm-hmm.
healing. And sad to say, especially back in that day, for a black
Mm-hmm.
person, like, oh, you don't go to counseling. Oh, you don't
Right.
do that. Oh, you don't tell your
Exactly.
business. What happens in this house stays in this house. And
Exactly.
so that's what happens. It stays in that house, but nobody's getting healed. And so
No,
it's going
exactly.
on from generation to generation to generation, you know?
Exactly. It
So
carries on. Exactly.
yeah,
Carries
so
on.
she didn't heal,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't heal. She became the aggressor when she drank. When she was
Okay.
sober, beautiful, wonderful,
Um,
sweet, calm. But when she was drinking,
different, different
it was.
person.
Hmm. And I'll
Yeah.
be honest, I believe, I don't know what spirit that was, but I
Right.
just know that, whatever was transferred into her, I'm assuming,
Right.
that was what she was acting out at that time when
Mm,
she was drinking. So I don't
right.
fault her because, she had
She
trauma
was
that she dealt with, and it was a lot. It was a lot.
right. And if they don't deal with it, it stays with them. It comes, it comes out. Like even with my own, my mom, she's been through some things in her, growing up through life and everything. And because she hasn't fully dealt with it, it still, it still bothers her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we have to try and work through it, whether it's writing, whether it's some kind of art form, or just
Oh
talking
yeah.
it out or something. Of course, prayers as well, but you can't just hold that stuff in you. You got to let it out somewhere. Because if you don't let it out in a healthy way, it's going to come out in that unhealthy way. Like if
Not
it was
another way.
drinking or drugs or different things, it's going to come out. So we got to, as a people in general, we got to stop holding everything in, and this stays in this house, or, it stays in this family. We're not going to tell this, we're not going to tell our business.
Right, right.
Yeah, we keep
And
everything under the rug.
and it's not weak to get counseling.
No,
It's
no.
you don't have to be, you know. In fact, it's more strength to go tell
Right.
somebody and
Admit.
get it up and get it out than to let it
Right.
stay down in there.
And fester.
Because, whoo, yeah,
Yes,
because
yes.
you have to release it. If someone just posted on Facebook, what is
Mm-hmm.
not spoken won't get healed. What
And it makes right. It makes so
period,
much sense. Right. Exactly.
period.
You keep that
So
thing
yeah.
hidden, it's gonna blow up. Eventually, it's gonna blow up.
Hmm.
That's why I always tell people you gotta write it out, in some form. And I see you write poetry as well, right? In the
Yes.
other book, I'm a poet. I write poetry too.
Yes, that was something that I did not even realize. I was actually I have like a whole book, a booklet of just
Right.
different poems,
Hmm.
and I wasn't planning on doing anything with it, or, it was just my little thing that I did. And
Right.
I just loved it because it was just a flow, and I love to, metaphors, and just think about
Hmm.
something to write, express yourself in a different way.
Right.
So I
Exactly.
just thought that was my one little thing that I was doing. And then an
Hmm.
opportunity came up and said, "Hey, I'm looking for people who've done poetry." And I was like, "Huh, I can do
Right.
that. I have a whole book
Hmm.
full." So
Okay.
that's the next book that I have. It's the Drops
I
of
love
Poetry.
that cover.
Oh my gosh,
It
what?
is
I'm
beautiful.
telling you, just dripping. I'm telling you, it just comes
Right.
right off.
Right.
Yeah, so this
I
is
love
another
it.
anthology book where I'm a co-author with there. So there's 8 women total in this book,
Right.
and it's
Okay.
some amazing poetry, poems,
Hmm.
excuse me, in this
Right.
book. It's amazing how you can just express yourself in
Hmm.
a different way, but still understand what you're trying to say.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
yeah.
Right. It's
So
to
I
it's
know.
Yeah, poetry. I say it's up to the reader's interpretation
Hmm.
of what you actually went through. 'Cause I say with me, I'll sometimes say that I hide behind my poetry because
Hmm.
poetry, you're not actually writing what actually happened. Like you said,
Hmm.
metaphors and similes and different
Yes,
things.
yes.
And so you're saying it while you feel, but you're not actually saying. So you can kind of like, I can tell them, but I ain't telling them everything.
But and I'll say this, you can get a little bold in that too.
Yes, you
Those things
can.
that you normally wouldn't say.
Right,
Slide
exactly.
it on in there, with some poetry. And
Exactly.
it's not like in your face as much.
Right,
You can
right.
kind of, put a little extra little
Look,
something something in
right, or
there.
something, something.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I truly enjoyed writing this.
Hmm.
Um, that's that's a dream come true, to be honest. I didn't
Right.
realize, that that was something that was in me, something that I wanted to do. So I
Right.
continue to write poetry. I haven't
Mhm.
spoken any of it yet, but I hope to one day be able to get on one of those stages, and come on.
Right. I am so shy with all of that. I can read it, but off
Mhm.
of memory, even though I wrote it, I can't.
Yeah,
Just the nerves. I can't just
yeah,
stand up there and like they say, spit on the mic or whatever. I can't stand up there and just let it flow.
yeah. I'm
Like,
not there yet. I'm not there yet. That's
right,
that's in the future. That's the future.
right. Okay, so that's a goal. Okay,
Yes, yes, yes. Something to
okay,
attain.
right.
Something
So
to attain in the future.
how many pieces did you put in the that anthology?
For me, I put in 5 poems. It was 5 poems in
Okay,
this. So
okay,
yeah, it's five, a total of
okay.
five. So yeah,
Like,
and yeah, it different from one end of the spectrum to the other,
right.
from
Okay,
political to Christian to
okay.
um, yeah, a lot of different topics.
Right.
Just whatever's on your mind. So it
Right,
was it was it
exactly.
was amazing. It was
Okay,
amazing. So
okay,
yeah, enjoyed
okay.
that a lot. I
Well,
truly
good,
did.
good. Would you
Yes.
like to share one of those with us? Just
What did I just?
one.
Wait a minute.
You can read it. You don't have
Oh,
to, you know.
oh, oh, oh. Was I ready for that? Now
Were
you
you
got you
ready
caught
for
me off
that?
guard on that one. Oh, what do I want to read? Okay, hold on. What do I want to
Put you on
read?
the spot a little bit.
You did. You really did. Oh, you really did. Okay. I'm gonna do Lost in Your Love.
Oh, here we go.
Lost in Your Love. Okay. Debut, Rachel. Okay. Lost in Your Love. Have you ever been so in love that you could not breathe? The essence of him makes you fall like a tree in a forest. Strong, gentle, solid, special. That's how you feel. I could live in his love forever, as the light of his eyes pierced me like beautiful rays of joy. He gets me. He understands me. And yet, he's still by my side. The good, the bad, the happy, the sad, all of me belongs to him. I'm thankful for his love. It completes me. It
Mm,
shapes me, molds me, cleanses me, and restores me. Before him, I was a shattered I was a shattered mess of a flesh.
mm,
I was a shattered mess of flesh. But with him,
mm,
I'm pure, restored, and cleansed from all sin.
mm,
Yes, it's you, Jesus. I'm
mm,
lost in your never failing love, the
mm,
love that died so that I could be yours. I
mm,
could never repay the sacrifice you made. I can only live for you and share with others the unimaginable joy I found. Yes, because of you, Jesus, my life has meaning and purpose. In
mm.
this life, I will forever be lost in your love.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Thank you so
That-
much.
Yeah, we all want to be lost in His love, don't we? That's a
Yes,
beautiful
yes,
place. That's a beautiful place to be lost at. If I'm gonna be lost anywhere, I'd rather be
yeah,
lost right there with Him.
yes, yes, yes,
Right?
yes, yes,
Because I
yes.
know if I'm lost there, if I'm there with Him,
Woo.
I'm all right. I'm
Yes,
all right. If
ma'am.
I'm there with Him,
All
I'm all
right, so
right.
now I
Yes,
got to get my practice on a little bit
yes.
more.
I had to say, hey, wait a minute, I wasn't planning on that now.
We
That's
forgot.
right. Yes, 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 yes. We're gonna be here. You're gonna be getting all kind of offers. We want her to come on stage. We want to
Come on now, come on, come
want
to
to
the
come here and
stage.
come
Yes.
stage. Yes, ma'am. Miss Deborah said that was awesome. She said that is so beautiful. Your
Thank
writing.
you, thank you, thank
Yes,
you. Oh,
ma'am.
that is so
Thank you for
sweet.
coming on, Miss Deborah. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
That was amazing. So I love that. So yeah, so I know, like I said, when I write poetry, it's like how I express my feelings. Whether I'm going through something or whatever. Can you kind of like remember what made you write that particular poem, or were you?
Well, I what I wanted to do because I don't know if you when you first saw the beginning of it, I wanted it to be kind of vague,
Mm-hmm.
as in you don't know who I was talking about,
Right.
because I was careful in the words that I said, because it could have been a man that I was talking about,
Right.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to be, just a little secretive of that until I revealed towards the end that I'm actually talking about my Lord and Savior
Right.
Jesus Christ. So,
Right.
um,
Exactly.
but the purpose of it obviously is that I am so grateful that He loved me, that He healed me,
Mm-hmm.
that He delivered me, that He set me free, and I
Right.
truly am lost in His love, because we cannot even understand the love of God, the
No,
the
we can't.
agape love, that forever love,
Mm-hmm.
that
Right.
unconditional love. Why,
Truly. Right. Exactly.
why me?
Yeah.
Um, but it's amazing. It's the most
Mm-hmm.
amazing feeling to experience in the entire world. No
Right.
matter what we've gone through, we can pray, we
Mm-hmm.
can repent, and
Yes.
get right back into that beautiful love relationship. So,
Yes. He's right there
yeah.
with us.
So,
He's waiting. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yes.
wanting,
Right.
waiting.
Wanting, waiting with open arms. All
That's
you
what
gotta
he
do is
wants, the
go
best
to.
for us.
Right. Just go
But
to him.
yeah, so I just wanted to give a love letter back to him, a love
Right.
letter
It's
back to him.
beautiful.
That was
That
the purpose of it.
that is
Yes.
so beautiful. Yes, ma'am. So you say you
Mhm.
have you are working on your own solo project.
I am. So,
Okay.
so the book that I wrote was about my beginning portion when I was a child and then as a
Mm-hmm.
teenager.
Oh,
And so, just like we said, when we don't heal,
right.
we
It
gonna
comes
repeat.
out.
So I got a
Mhm.
whole nother
Right.
section of my adulthood.
Right.
Woo!
Right.
Jesus.
But it needs to
Um,
come out though, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
I am working on that. That I plan on releasing next year, 2025.
Okay.
2025. But yeah, so that's the importance of healing. I have
Mm-hmm.
learned that
Right.
you attract what's on the inside of you. So I
Yes, you
said,
do.
Jesus, I want everything. Excuse
Exactly.
me,
Everything.
everything. That's the big one.
Right. Exactly. Get it all out.
I want everything that is not of you out of me, because the man that God has for me,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be everything that he needs in a woman, and him to be
Right.
everything that I need to be, you know, as
Mm-hmm.
him as my husband. So I
Right.
want that, the one that God created for me, the one that
Yes.
he ordained for me. So in
Right.
order to do that, I have to go through the process of healing.
Right.
And so
Exactly.
that's what I believe. Part of this is my healing process. So,
Yeah. Right. So you can
me
be
writing
healthy
this
and
other
whole.
portion, I
Mm-hmm.
really didn't want to go through. I really didn't want to relive this.
Right.
The story that I share is I have been surrounded by a total of 38 years of trauma and
Right.
abuse. 38
Right.
years.
I read that in your
So,
bio. Yes. So
yeah.
that's a
And
long time.
it's a long time and a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
things to peel, that onion sometimes,
Right. All those
that
layers.
the layers,
Mm-hmm. Right.
so I'm grateful I'm on the other side, where I
Yes.
can smile
Hallelujah.
and laugh and, you know, but,
Mm-hmm.
I know that it's a process, and I'm okay with
Yes,
it.
it
As
is.
long as you're willing to go through that process and
Right.
um, embrace it and not fight it, not fight it,
Yes,
and
definitely.
know that what God has for you is, He wants that out of you so that He can heal you and deliver you and receive what He has for you. You
Right.
know,
Exactly.
I want to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I want to see
Yes.
that. He
Right.
said, "By my stripes I am healed." That meant healed, not just
Hmm.
of sickness and disease, but that means mentally healed,
Mentally,
you know,
right. Mentally and
and
emotionally.
spiritually, emotionally. Yes, all of that.
Right.
So that's my quest in life now. I want to
Hmm.
live a healed and whole life
Right.
so that I can enjoy everything that God has for me. That's it.
Right. Yes.
That's it. So
Hmm.
that project, like I said, is going to be the adult portion. I was married
Right.
for 22 years.
Okay. I got you by 1 year. I had you about 1 year.
Really?
Yes, I'm
So,
divorced now myself, but yes, I
hmm
had you about 1 year. But life, you go through things,
yeah.
and you get
But
through them and you heal, and
hmm
mm, yes, ma'am.
and I'll share this. For me, as a child, I
Hmm.
saw abuse physically. There was a lot of
Right,
physical abuse between,
hmm,
stepdad to my mom, and then
right,
mom to me, and my
right. Trickle
siblings.
down.
So in my mind, abuse was physical.
Right. Okay.
But oh, there's a whole lot more.
Yes, there is
It is.
financial, emotional,
Yeah,
mental. It's
yes.
it's so much more.
Mind control, yeah,
Yes.
verbal,
Yes.
and
Hmm.
I knew that I wasn't that one. I wasn't that girl. You're not gonna hit me.
Right.
You're not gonna hit me.
Right. Exactly. You
Okay,
let them know.
you're not gonna hit me, and I let that
Right.
be known. You're not gonna
Hmm.
hit me, and he never hit me. Do you hear me?
Right.
But all
Hmm.
those other things that you said,
There is still abuse.
every last one of them,
Hmm.
and I
Exactly.
didn't know that. I knew it was wrong, but I didn't, equate that to abuse for
You're not
whatever reason. It
alone.
just didn't register. And it wasn't until I went to counseling,
Right.
domestic abuse counseling to add it, that I
Hmm.
realized, oh, well, yeah, he did all of that.
Right.
So, I stayed in that marriage for so long because I was trying to fix him. And, you know, yeah.
I
Um,
know. I know. Like I said, I know.
it's you
Yes.
can't fix anybody.
You can use
They have to
only God,
be
and they have to
willing.
even allow Him to fix them.
Hmm
If they don't
hmm
willingly allow Him to fix them, they just there. They're not going to get healed and help. They're not going to get any help either if they're not willing to, to admit that they have a problem and try to work on themselves. But
Right.
you,
So
we, right,
imagine. So all of the trauma that I shared in as a young child, and then
right,
add on top of that, now I'm in an abusive marriage.
right,
So,
exactly.
you know, when I
Yeah.
got out of that, I was like, that's it, God. I
Right,
done at that
right.
point.
I'm done.
I'm done. It's just gonna be you and me,
Right.
Jesus. You and me, that's
Mm.
it.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Right.
You,
Like
me, and my
I'm
child,
done.
excuse me.
Right. Right. You had
So
the child, so like I did that part. I got married, so I'm good. Right.
but I thank God. I thank God for the healing power of the blood of Jesus because,
Right.
I had to go through the process. I went through
Right.
both spiritual
Hmm.
and what do you call clinical counseling.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Yeah.
did both of those
Okay.
because
Okay.
I just needed to unpack. I needed to
Right. And we
and
have
just
to.
understand all of that. So went
Hmm.
through that for years, but I'm
Right.
so grateful. I'm so grateful now
Hmm.
because now I see that even though Satan meant all of that for my bad, right?
Right. To
But I'm able
destroy
to
me.
use the stories and the things that I've experienced and the things that I've been through now to talk
Hmm.
to others and to encourage others and to help
Right.
others. So,
Hmm.
being part of the evangelism team at my church, I
Right.
love it. I absolutely
Yes.
positively love it. Love it, love it, love
Good.
it, love it. So I'm
Good.
able to share, hey, I know what
Right.
you've been through. I know what you've gone through. Hey, I've been there too. But God, let me
Hmm.
let me tell you what God did for me.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
and it
Encourage.
doesn't have to be that way. You won't
Yeah.
feel like this all the time. You may feel
Mhm.
like it, but
Right.
no, God can do anything. So that's
Right.
it's now a witnessing tool for me that I
Mhm.
love it. I
Right.
love it. I love it. So
Right.
it's like I can sniff out somebody that's hurting, abused.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can
Yeah.
feel it. I know for me, you can feel
hmm
when somebody else done going through something or they've been through it. And I take that now as a gift, a gift
hmm
from God that, because that's my purpose is to help somebody else. So he puts you around who you need to be around or who
hmm
needs you. He does that for you. So like you said with the evangelism, he puts you in the right space and places to be able to do his work. So
Yes,
right.
yes, 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 yes.
Hmm.
So
Yes,
that's
that's a
that's
blessing.
it. So this part of my life, the latter part of my life is all about surrendering to Him, what
Mhm.
He wants me to do, the call that He has, because Satan had me for a while, meaning
Right.
he didn't have me mean that I was out, doing.
Mhm.
I mean, I wasn't perfect by all means. You'll read
Right.
some of the things that I did in this book as a young child that
We
were
all
horrible.
done did. Right. Mhm.
But um, you know, I'll say this: he had my mind and he had my emotions. So he had me so that
Mhm.
I couldn't be and do the things that God had, because he had me always thinking the negative about myself, and I couldn't do this,
Right.
I can't do that, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I can't. I
Right.
lived a defeated life
Mhm.
most of my life because
Right.
of all of the abuse and trauma that I had been through. So I
Mhm.
know that it's this part of my life is all about surrendering to him what he's called me to do.
Right.
My middle name is Yes.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
See, I thought you
What do you
meant
want
tell us,
me to do?
but yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah,
If
yes,
I
Lord,
if it's
use me.
uncomfortable, yes.
Right.
Whatever it is, yes. And that's
Right.
what I've been doing. And on since I've been saying yes, I am seeing him
Mhm.
do some amazing things in
Right.
my life and the lives of others. So, and
Okay.
he knows what was always on the inside of us anyway. We just
Exactly.
don't know it.
Right. He
You
know
know?
before it happens. Right. He
So
know
yeah.
everything that
So
we're gonna go through. So yes, he
yeah.
does.
So
Yes,
Rachel,
man.
yes, Branch.
Yes, that's right. Rachel, yes, Brad. I like that. What's your middle name? Yes.
Oh, she'll say, yes, Lord.
Yeah.
And then make sure,
Right.
not yes, Lord.
Right. Right.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
it has
Yes,
been a
ma'am.
wonderful. This has been a wonderful interview. So tell us a little bit about your business now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I retired from a multi-billion dollar telecommunications company. And
Okay.
from there, I was a finance analyst there.
Okay.
And for 23 years, well over 23 years, that's what I did at the
Mhm.
company. So
Okay.
um, when I left there, once I retired,
Mm-hmm.
God said, okay, it's time for you to open up, all of the knowledge that you have. It's time for you to open
Hmm.
up your own business
Right.
and start
Okay.
help some of the people in their financial needs. So
Okay.
um, I am Budget Breakers, Budget Breakers
Mm-hmm.
LLC was
Okay.
established, and now I help companies and
Mm-hmm.
individuals. I help them
Okay.
with their individual
Mm-hmm.
budgets. I help them with any type of financial analysis that they may need, whether it's there's
Okay.
a spend analysis or forecasting, or
Mm-hmm.
um, if they even need a cost analysis, how to, am
Yeah.
I pricing this the right way? I
Oh,
can get
okay.
that information and, just put it together and come up with a
Mhm.
cost analysis for them, and say, well, based on this, it should be this much.
Right.
So that's all of
Okay.
the things that I did for the company. So grateful
Right.
for the information. So now I'm
Mm.
using that, for me,
Later on.
and
Okay.
it's been fulfilling. I have a client tomorrow,
Okay.
which I'm excited to, share with her some
Mm-hmm.
of the analysis that I was able to find for her. So
Okay.
very rewarding. And then I
Yeah.
wanted to do it on a personal side too, because a lot of people are like,
Right.
I don't know how to budget,
Right.
and I'll share this small portion. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
God, oh, well, I won't share that part because that's going to be in the book. So what I'll share is that God has given me the gift to take those numbers. Most people are like, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And just let me see. Just let me
Right.
take a look. And
Okay.
I have yet to find a person who hasn't been able to save after,
Okay.
I'll either put them on a debt reduction plan or a
Okay.
savings plan, or both, but
Okay.
a way that a structured way for them to pay their bills, and
Mm-hmm.
to give them a budget that is sustainable. I'm not that person who you can't spend any money, everything
Right.
goes to a bill. That's not life. That's
Right.
bondage, in my
Exactly.
opinion.
Yeah,
I
you're right. You're right.
Others may not agree, because there's some that are
Right.
out there, but that's is bondage for me.
Mm.
I want to be able to get my hair done, or
Right.
say,
Go to
I've done
Starbucks
my,
or something.
yeah, here and
Hey,
there
you still got to get
something.
that good shampoo now.
Yeah. I still got to get it cut though.
Right. Good scalp
But
massage. I used to work in the salon too. So
yeah, you
yeah, you
know,
still gotta go pamper
so
yourself,
I
right?
make sure that I include that
Hmm.
in their budget so that they can still live their life, but
Hmm.
with a little bit more structure. And,
Okay.
saving is important.
Right.
Saving is very important. So
Yes, it
that's
is.
that's
That rainy
budget
day.
breakers. And our
Okay.
motto is we put the brakes on your spending.
Okay. I might have to come see you soon.
Yes,
Like,
ma'am.
might be making me an appointment soon. Like,
Yes,
hey, Rachel,
ma'am.
man, what can you pencil me in?
Hmm.
Yeah, 'cause like you said, I sometimes people are afraid to talk about their money, things of that nature. So, but I mean, we need money to survive, obviously. So you got to be able to manage it right and handle it correctly, So it has to be talked about, just like those
Hmm.
emotions. Money has to be talked about because it's a tool that we need to survive, to live off of. It's not going anywhere.
Right, right,
Right? And
right.
so,
And
so
that's what I love. I
it's
love to be able to just give it to me. Let me see what I can find out, and then when I present it back to
mhm.
them, like, oh, I can't believe you
Right.
did that.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
no,
So how long have
absolutely.
you been in that industry as far as with as I call it number crunching? How long have you been in the
Oh
industry?
wow! So it's 23 years with AT&T, and then
Okay.
prior to that, ooh, 6, 7, 8. So that's what, maybe well over 30 years. Definitely
Okay. So
well
you
over 30
definitely
years.
have the experience, right?
Yeah,
Well, it was
that's.
time for you to go on your own and, branch out and,
Hmm.
do it, the way that God wanted you to do it, for the people who
Yeah,
needed your expertise.
and that's it. Helping people. That's it. I
Mhm.
want to see us.
Right. Mhm.
But
Exactly.
be
Yes.
more financially free. And you
Right.
take that however
Exactly.
whoever the us is for you. But I want to
Right.
see. I want to see people financially free. We
Right.
do not have to be in bondage. We can save
Exactly.
money. We can learn how to invest.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do all of those things. So we just have to
Mhm.
have the mindset to do it.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
Because I know I looked on your
We need a
website.
little help.
Don't you have like some classes? I think I saw on your website. Or I know you have a whole program. I was looking on there. I perused on there a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yes. Okay.
absolutely, that
Mhm.
if we will talk on that one-on-one or to see exactly
Right.
what it is that you want, but absolutely,
Mhm. Right.
classes,
Mhm.
webinar, seminars, excuse me,
Right.
on any of those things. So it's
Mhm.
just I tailor it to what the client's specific needs are, what your specific needs are, and
Right.
once you do that. But yeah, absolutely, I would love. That's. I don't know if you saw the bio part. It was like, give me a calculator and I'm happy.
Right.
I know
Exactly.
that makes no sense.
That's why I said you're a you're a natural
I'm a
number
numbers
cruncher.
person. I'm a numbers person.
Right.
Before we had
Mhm.
iPhones and all of that, I had in my purse a calculator everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere I went. If I didn't have my calculator,
Mhm.
there's something wrong. So
Right.
yeah,
Yes,
that's it. But yeah, I
ma'am.
love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Love helping
Okay.
people. Yeah.
Mhm.
Love helping
Okay.
people. So that's the part that I'm grateful for, because I thank for God for the job and thank
Right,
God for
of
the
course.
experience. But now
Mhm.
I'm able to touch individual people's lives or companies,
Right.
small companies, they may need that help. And so that's
Right.
rewarding to be able to
Yeah.
do that. So I
I
love it.
can see I
Absolutely.
can see the smile on your face that you really
Yes.
does bring you joy. And that's good. When you find something that brings you joy like that, you
Mm-hmm.
know you're doing your calling. You know you're right where
Yes.
you're supposed to be. And that's a blessing right there. That
Yes,
truly
ma'am.
is a blessing. We just, ma'am. Well, Miss Rachel, tell us, where can we get copies of your books from?
Okay. Well, I did the smart thing. I said, you go to my website
Right.
at budgetbreakers
Okay,
so
good.
dot com, and you can buy my books, both of the books there that I have, along with
Okay.
any of the I have paraphernalia like
I
my.
saw it, yes.
Yes, Sharma
Yes.
tried to kill me, but the grace of God delivered me. I know
That's
I'm not the only one. This is the story
that's
too.
feeling that way,
Yes,
right.
ma'am. So,
Hmm.
but if you go to Budget Breakers, and Breakers is spelled Brakers. So,
Right.
again, so put the
Mhm.
brakes on your
Right.
spending.
Put those brakes on that spending,
But yeah,
y'all.
budgetbreakers.com, and you
Y'all.
can purchase that, and we'll get that shipped right
Mhm.
out to you. All you have to do is scroll
Okay.
down to the bottom for the books.
Right.
And on
Okay.
there also, that's where you can book a consultation, as well.
Hmm.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so I've made it simple, all in one stop shop.
Right.
You go
Okay.
ahead and I'll take care of all of your needs.
Right.
Yes,
Well, good.
ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yes.
did put your website on the ticker so they can see the website. So it's up there so that they can visit your website. And I,
Awesome.
your Instagram, you can visit her at RB_branch. She's on Instagram. So you all, yes, definitely go and take a look at her books and support Miss Branch on her endeavors. And we're gonna be waiting on that new project coming
Yes,
2025.
yes, yes, yes,
Right. Yes,
yes.
we are. So
Absolutely. And
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
I'm even excited about next week too.
Yes, I
So
know. I can't wait to see all the pictures and videos. I'm gonna try to make it
yes,
to the next one. I won't be able to make it to this one, but I can't wait to see all the pictures and videos from everything
yeah.
and see all the
So
fun that you ladies are gonna have. So I know
yeah,
that's
I'm
gonna be
excited
one.
to meet Miss Ardenae Garner at the
Yeah.
Stand Up Authors Revival and Awards ceremony. So
Hmm.
that's in North Carolina,
Right.
Charlotte,
Charlotte, I believe.
Charlotte,
Charlotte. Yeah,
Charlotte,
Sharice on here.
Charlotte, North
Yeah.
Carolina.
Yeah.
So I'll be speaking there, one of the speakers there as well. So
Okay, so you're
I'm
wonderful
excited about
then.
that.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm coming from a new author's perspective. So that was perfect,
Okay.
perfect for me.
Right,
Yes,
exactly. Exactly. So that's amazing. That's wonderful. Even though you have several books on there, but you're still a new author,
I
right?
am. I'm brand new, brand new.
Right. Right, right. Well, this has been a wonderful. I really truly enjoyed our conversation today. This has been amazing,
It
and I was,
has.
yes, and I'm so glad that you were able to come on here with me and have this little conversation about your books and everything and the things that you got going on. And I know, like I said, I know it dredges up some stuff, when we talk about it, but it's
Mhm.
glad you can see that you're coming from a more healed place. Than I'm sure when things were going on. So I do appreciate you for coming on here and talking about that. Now, are there any last words that you would like to leave our audience with, or anything that you would like to, let them know that you have coming up, or anything other than the revival?
Yeah, so no, just excited about that, the Authors Revival, and just want to say, Miss Deborah, thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much for having me. This has been amazing.
Sure.
And kudos to you and your podcast and all
Thank
of
you.
your book endeavors,
Thank
uh,
you.
past and present, coming, I should say past and
Right.
future.
Right.
Uh,
Yes.
so we will be
Mm-hmm.
in connect, stay connected as well.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Of
thank
course.
you so much. I've enjoyed this. I believe this is the first time being on a podcast. So I'm
Yes,
new
you told me.
to
Yay.
this.
Yay. Good.
Yes.
Good. And Miss Deborah said she enjoyed our interview.
Awesome, Miss
Thank you so
Deborah.
much, Miss Deborah. She lives here in the CSRA with me. She's on the Georgia side. I'm on the South Carolina side, but we're
Yes.
all right here together in a big circle.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
That's
yes,
awesome.
yes, it is. So
Oh,
I'm
that is
so
great.
glad. Like I said, I really enjoyed our conversation. And again, I want to thank you. And if you ever want to come back on, feel free to, just let me know whenever you want to come back on. You're always welcome, anytime.
Thank you
You
so
are.
much. God
Yes,
bless
you
you.
are. You're welcome. You're welcome. So I would like to thank you all for watching, and for those that catch it later on, just leave us a comment, or if you have any questions, just let us know. And Miss Rachel, she'll have access. She'll be able to see the video as well. So just tag her. She's on Facebook as well as Instagram. Her information is down at the ticker. So just because I feel free to reach out. Here's someone and some Miss Sabrina Walker says she's, oh Rachel, I enjoyed you. I love the amazing poem. God bless you both. This was so beautiful. Thank you, Sabrina
Oh,
Walker.
thank you, Sabrina. That's my
Yeah, that's one
girl.
of your people. Yeah, so good. I'm glad
That's
she
my
caught
girl.
it. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yes, it was such a beautiful poem. And I can't wait to read the rest of them.
Thank you.
Yes,
I
you're
appreciate it.
so welcome. You're welcome. And for those of you that are still watching, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Harabed's Thoughts so that you won't miss an episode. Because we're going to be continuing to go on and push forward and bringing many other authors on here as well, and others to share their story. And if you would like to, thank you, Ms. Danielle Robertson also said great job. Thank you so much for that as well. And again, like I said, if anyone would like to come on the show, feel free to reach out, and I will put my website here just a second. And you can go to heribetsthoughts.com, and you can sign up to be on one of the broadcasts. And I would love to have you on here. And I'll just put that on here. And like I said, Miss Rachel, you anytime you want to come back, I will love, love, love to come and have good conversation with you. I thoroughly did enjoy this. So feel free to come back and see me again. And
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Absolutely.
ma'am. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. And maybe I might have to get up there to Tennessee to come see you one day.
Please do. Please
Yes,
do.
I plan to
Come
start
have some
traveling a little
barbecue.
bit more. Yes, get some barbecue. Yes.
Famous barbecue. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We
All
have it
right.
here. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, good.
Wait a minute. You said you're South Carolina?
I'm in
Yeah.
South Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to
Oh,
come to Tennessee.
right. Right.
We gonna show you some barbecue, dear.
Yes. Yes. You're gonna show me say, now this barbecue better than your barbecue. Yes.
Come
I
on
can't
down.
wait to come and do some little sampling in. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Well, I thank you so much for coming on, and thank you all for watching, and we do really appreciate everyone. And yes, Miss we have one more. Tim Fleshner also said, "Look at Rachel Rocket, superb job." Yes, you
Awesome.
gotta
I
let
enjoy it.
your people are
Love you
supporting
guys. Love you
you.
guys. Yes, yes.
Yes, your people are supporting you, and I thank you guys, for supporting her. Because as authors, we need that. As people in general, but
Mhm.
authors, especially as indie authors, we need that support. The people believe in our work and our writing. So thank you all for coming on and supporting Miss Rachel. And thank you all for supporting my channel. And feel free to subscribe, of course, and like that helps, of course, too, so that we can continue to keep this going on. And
Yes,
again, I
yes,
just want to
yes.
thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much, Miss Rachel, for coming on. And
Thank
you just hang
you.
on just a quick second, and we're gonna end this broadcast. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good night, everyone.